Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of The Leighton Meadow Killings by Gaynor Torrance, narrated by Eleanor Winters. Prologue. The compartment had been partitioned off from the rest of the trailer, hidden from view behind piles of cellophane-wrapped boxes, stacked on pallets and loaded neatly in rows. Every one of these contained legitimate goods, complying with current regulations, and accounted for with the necessary paperwork. The owner of the stock would have been horrified if she had had any inkling of the other cargo that was making the journey alongside her goods. The driver had taken great care to conceal the internal modifications. It was a risky business, and essential to ensure it appeared that nothing was amiss. The secret compartment contained an area smaller than a prison cell, designed to house a single person. The people responsible were determined to utilize the minimum amount of space, so as not to arouse the suspicion of a zealous customs officer, should something go wrong at the British port, and the guy paid handsomely to look the other way was not on shift. 5 young women had been bundled into the back of the truck on a side street just off Wenceslas Square. They were not paying for passage, but would command a premium price from a certain client. There was no CCTV in the area, and they had not put up a fight, as a cocktail of drugs had ensured their compliance. They were sophomore students at Charles University in Prague, emboldened by having negotiated their first year away from home without encountering any problems. Their misplaced confidence had cost them dearly. Each came from a good family, and up to that point had led a charmed life. Their downfall was that despite their intelligence, none of them was streetwise. Convinced they had one another's backs, they had partied recklessly, each relying on the others. So, when 2 British men approached them in a nightclub, the students had failed to spot the danger. The men were well behaved and sober, seeming to pose no threat. When they'd offered to buy a round of drinks, no strings attached, the women had happily accepted. The 2 groups had socialized for a while, and the 5 friends left the club ahead of the men. As they headed towards the student accommodation, staggering and giggling, the men caught up with them. From the moment they had entered that side street, their fate was sealed. The drugs kicked in. Unable to...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?